I've listened to that moving story of Anthony Mbuthia, a survivor of the Kiambaa church. Some MPs from Rift Valley have been shouting at me that I should not talk about that matter. We must talk about it because history informs the present and the present informs the future. The scars of Kiambaa Church are evident with Anthony here, and he has done well to document that history. We forgive, but we have not forgotten. And we are saying never again shall we ever allow what happened in Kiambaa and in the Rift Valley ever to happen again. Kenyans must be allowed to make their choices freely on who is to govern them, who is to lead them without any reprisals from anybody for whatever reason. As we seek that change, where do you come in? You guys, you don't know. You have such huge influence back home. The fact that you assist many families, you have a lot of influence. I want you to help us by talking to the people of Kenya and asking them to stay focused, not to be intimidated, and to join us in electing a new government. Your voice matters, and I have talked to many Kenyans, and I believe now we have a serious force here in the US that can help us to talk to the people back home so that they bring the change that we desire. Again, we want you, yourself, to vote here. We have a voting station here, isn't it? Yeah. And I know we are going to lobby IBC to open more stations because it's very expensive to vote here because we only have 3 stations here, Washington and New York. And we need to persuade the IBC that Kenyans in diaspora too have a right to participate in deciding how they will be governed. But those of you who are near the voting stations, please register as voters. But help us too by talking to the Gen Zs. Kevin has put it very well. There is burning urgency for change so that we can deal with unemployment for our young people. We intend to focus on manufacturing and cottage industries as a way of creating employment for our young people and widening the tax bracket. And the way Kevin has said, they are very strong on the social media platform and they want to unite, not to divide. And he says clearly that work must bring dignity, and I agree. But I want the Gen Zs to lobby their peers through the power of social media to know that they are doing a good job on the smartphone of creating awareness. But that is not enough, as Kevin has put it. The real transformation of the Republic of Kenya will not happen on social media. It will happen on the ballot box. The Gen Zs must take IDs, they must register as voters, and they must come out to vote. And these Gen Zs are the real thing in Kenya. Kasongo does not sleep when he hears about them. They are fearless, they are tribeless, and they don't fear. But they must help their country, their motherland, of necessity because they have a bigger stake in our country because they have more years to live. It is in their interest that their country is restored because they have a future. And they must participate very strongly in that transformation. So the Gen Zs, I agree with Kevin, you are our partners for today. And I want to say very, very candidly that if given the opportunity to lead Kenya, God willing, the way to transform Kenya is to get good partners to work with to help you. And these partners are our young people. These Gen Zs have the ideas. They know what needs to be done in Kenya. All we need to do is bring them on the decision-making table, and they help us restore our country. So the Gen Zs in Rigiji, you have a serious partner. I have fought for you. I disagreed with William Ruto because I stood with you and for you at your lowest. When the president was saying you are criminals and you are treasoners, when he has been saying you should be shot in the leg, when Mukomen has been asking police to shoot you to kill you, Rigiji has stood with you. I'm somebody you can trust, that I want to secure your place on the decision-making table so that together we transform our country. And I have very serious intentions to work with the young people. And if you look at the guys I work with back home, already you can see that intention. The leaders around me are young, very young. In fact, in my absence in Kenya, they are giving Kasongo sleepless nights. In fact, he would rather I went back because I'm just one. Those guys, Akina John Medho, you know Medho? Yes. Those guys are brutal. Akina Gacheri, Akina Karongo Wathango, Akina Ngogoyo, Akina Muku, young people. Already I have seen how effective it is to have young people working with you. If given an opportunity by the people of Kenya to be president or to be part of that government, I want to commit that in my government, my administration, the Gen Zs, the millennials, will be part of that government, and they'll be right there making decisions. Yeah? In fact, mimi sasa ni mzee kiasi. I'm approaching, I'll be 62 by that time, and I've worked very hard. I've really worked very hard in my life. I've not been very lucky. Whatever I get, I don't get it easily. I work hard for it. Hata ile nilitafuta ya deputy president nikatafuta wakaninyang'anya. Yeah? Lakini ni mzuri walinyang'anya ndio nipate ile yenyewe. Si ndio? I have feeling I don't want to work as hard. But since I'll be given a responsibility, how would you not work hard and still be responsible? Because I cannot be like Raila. The guy wants to sit on the table, he doesn't want to be responsible. I want to be responsible, but I don't want to work too hard. So the only way to be responsible and deliver to the people of Kenya by not working too hard yourself is surrounding yourself with energetic, youthful guys and girls to push, to do the heavy lifting. Mimi nitatafuta hao watoto, vijana na wasichana wengi, niweke ma PS, ma CS, kila pahali, ma CEO. Kazi yangu ni kukutana nao Monday na kuwapatia the vision, wanasukuma, tunakompea notes on Friday. Wakisukuma sana, I call them, I slow them down, wasikibize inchi sana. That will be my work, and I'm telling you I'll succeed. These guys are great, and they know what we need to do, and they have the resolve, and they will not be wasteful. They will not, be luxurious. These are guys you can bring into government, and they don't need big mansions. They can stay in the flats. They can use Uber to come to work, and they are not bothered about those big things that ministers and PSs want to have in offices. So we can still bring meaningful change by having a serious workforce of young people who are not wasteful and who are not having hang-ups about power and privileges. I want to say the diaspora people, I've come here to tell you that I want you to be my partners in the new administration, because it's the right thing to do and it's wise to do that. In the 1970s, coffee was #1 foreign exchange earner for our country. In the 1980s, tea became #1 foreign exchange earner for the country. In the 90s, coffee and tea were overtaken by tourism. But in the last 10 years, and as we speak today, the highest foreign exchange earner for our country is remittances from the diaspora. It's you guys. You are the drivers of our economy. All the money we use to pay public debt is the money you send home. All the money we use to import goods is the money you send home. The money we use to run our consulate here in Los Angeles is the money you send home. So, I must be smart. I need this money to run the country. How do I get it? I am a dairy farmer. Cows produce milk because you take care of them. If you don't take care of the dairy cow, it will not give you any milk. You must be nice to the cow. You must give it hay, give it dairy meal, give it lucerne. Nowadays, we are giving them mattresses to sleep on so that they don't feel cold at night. Some farmers are even very creative. They play to them country music, Don Williams and Ken Rogers, to get milk out of the cows. You are the dairy cow of the Kenyan economy. We must take care of you for you to bring money back home. And I don't think you are going to agree to bring back money home to a government that is killing your children. You are not going to agree to send money back home for it to be given to Soprano to bribe voters. You are not going to bring back money home for it to be stolen. We must have a government that is responsible and transparent and is using public funds prudently. I intend to have a conversation with you going forward. And this is just by the beginning of creating networks with you people, where we can discuss special packages for people in diaspora to invest back home. How do we encourage you to bring back money home? Can we discuss of a diaspora bond where we give you certain interest rates that are higher than the country where you are working? Can we do away with the issue of double taxation, because it is wrong for you to pay taxes in America and tax the same money back home? How do we encourage you to start factories and cottage industries back home? Can we give you a tax holiday where you don't have to pay taxes for 10 years after you establish your factory to encourage you to invest way back home? So this is a discussion that I want to have with you along the way. Are you ready to have that discussion? Yes. And I am saying, if you get it right by engaging the diaspora brigade and agreeing, you don't need to borrow money from anybody else. You guys have the dollars that we need. All we need is to convince you that you need to bring the dollars back home. I was discussing with people in Texas, and already they have started to look into the possibilities of establishing a huge bank for the diaspora here in the US with branches in Kenya and elsewhere in the world, so that the plots you have at home, the land you have at home, when you want to borrow some money to invest here, you can use the plot and the land back at home as security to enable you borrow money to use here in the States. So this is a discussion that we are going to have going forward. Again, we want to involve you in running our government. What a better way to run the consulate here in LA than asking you guys to run it. You guys have been here for 30 years, 25 years. You know everything here. You know the way Kenyans need to stay. You know how to get business in California. You know how to stay these wazungu so that they can agree to invest back home.